What's up? What's up? Can everyone hear me? All right. What's up? How's everyone doing? Hopefully good. Can y'all hear me all right? Now, is the music too distracting, or can you hear me with the music in the background? I like having the music, but I also understand if it's too much noise, you can't hear me talking, blah, blah, blah. So keep the music, get rid of the music. What are we thinking, guys? Everyone's just saying yes. I gave 2 options. I need 1 answer. It's fine. Okay, cool. So what's up, man? What's up, everybody? So, God, what a time to be alive. Lower. How about that? No music or lower. Alright, I'll put it here. Okay. How about there? Can you even hear it? I'm just gonna say fuck the music, guys. It's distracting me. Okay, so what's up? God, what a time to be alive, guys. Holy shit, Bitcoin almost hit $50,000 today. Incredible stuff. I know it's a little dark in here, so I apologize for the very poor lighting. I need a better studio space. I never thought I was going to be doing face cam videos when I set up my computer in the room that I'm in my apartment. So stay tuned. I do have a little bit of improvements coming to the viewing experience for y'all soon. So keep in touch or stay tuned. Excuse me. So obviously, as usual, video is sponsored by Prime XBT. So thank you so much for them, the whole team over there. They've been great to me over the last several months. Helping me out, putting on these streams. So I really appreciate you guys signing up, using the link in the description. I know a lot of you you've been trading on there. So thank you. That helps me a great deal, allows me to keep putting these on for you. And show them some love. Give them a shout out. Use the link in the description. You can trade crypto, obviously, stocks, forex, commodities. It's a great exchange. Nothing I'm about to talk about obviously constitutes financial advice. We're trading highly volatile assets, so keep that in mind. Obviously, always use risk management, always use stops, and obviously do your own research. So with all that fun stuff out of the way, let's get into it. So we got about 125 people here, which is awesome. Let's smash the like button. Let's see if we get to 100 likes before the end of the video. That'd be awesome. Because I'm trying to retire on this YouTube money, because I only Bitcoin at $47,000 is not going to be enough for me. I need that sweet $5 a month I get from YouTube as well. So hammer that like button for your boy here. What's up, chat? What's up, Crypto Paradigm? What's up, Sal? What's up all y'all? There's a bunch of people here. Super stoked to have so many viewers. I know this is not my normal time. It's a little later than normal, but hopefully this is a little bit more conducive for some of you Euro people. I was unable to do a video yesterday because it was the Super Bowl, and I live in North America, and I love watching football. So, what we're going to cover today, primarily, I'm looking here, I'm being blown up. Blockfolio has apparently been hacked. I don't know. Has anyone got the scoop on that in terms of what happened? Yo, what's up, homie Omri? What's up, Sheeb? What's up, Bitcoin Jack? How you doing? I'm gonna make you a mod, bro. You can just come in here and just boot people, do whatever you want, bro. So obviously, main thing we're gonna cover here: Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll look at some altcoins as well. Very interesting time in the market. There's a lot going on in terms of Bitcoin. There's a lot going on in terms of altcoins because of how strong Bitcoin has been. Remember something we talk about over and over and over again, right? Is that that relationship between Bitcoin and altcoins with the alt BTC pairings. So something that you definitely need to be aware of when Bitcoin is super strong. Are the altcoins that you're holding the right coins? Are they going to be holding up during Bitcoin strength? So we're going to cover Bitcoin first, then we'll cover Ethereum and Ethereum BTC, and then we will cover Litecoin, some other altcoins. It looks like someone wants to see Alpha. I'll go over Alpha, and I'll go over some other shit as well. There's a bunch of coins we can cover, mostly DeFi shit, stuff that's been moving. So with that all out of the way, let's get into it. So Bitcoin, $48,273 friggin' dollars for one Chinese scam Bitcoin. So I would love to say that I knew this was going to happen. I mean, I did know this was, we all knew this was going to happen eventually. But in the manner that it's happened, how fast it's happened, I had no idea. I mean, I'm a price action trader. What I'm really good about, really good at is, buying and selling at pre-marked out levels. And it's very much easier for me to do that when those levels, have price history. When we get into things like price discovery, things become a little bit harder to do. But I can't complain. I mean, when Bitcoin is in price discovery, I'm making money. So, looking at the log chart, like, holy smokes, doesn't look nearly as impressive, right, when you look at it this way. But we've very clearly, made a very clean breakout here now on the weekly. So, I mean, where does this thing go? I don't know. But my next guess is somewhere over $50,000. So if I'm just looking at the weekly chart here, what you can do is you can take your fib, you can throw on the fib extensions, right? You could say, okay, oops. You can take the fib, you can pull from a low to a high. Okay, so where do my fib extensions put me at? We got one fib extension here, right around $50,000. We got another fib extension, the 2.618, putting us right under $64,000. So those could be two key areas of interest to look for. Another thing that I like to do is I like to take a range, but then I extend the range to give me essentially a 1 to 1.5 price swing. So how you can do that is you take your range, okay? Let's say this was your trading range, but you put the 50% of the range at the high, okay? So now from here to here, right, is a 1 of this price swing here. So this 50% to here stacked on top of itself puts you here, okay? So this could be another, potential area of interest right around 50K, and that would be basically saying, okay, this entire price swing, let's stack that on top of itself. That would take us right here, okay? So right now, so far, we've got about 50K, we've got 55K there, and then we had about 64,000 as potential price targets. One other way that you can look at this is you can take this price swing, because to me, this is the key price swing in this entire trend here, right? Once we broke out of this thing, obviously we made our way up. You had that little Elon candle, but really this was the dominant trend here. So you could take this price swing, you can measure it out, and you could say, okay, well, we're going to do a 1-to-1 of this price swing here. Okay, so you copy this. This is very scientific, by the way. Very, very scientific stuff here. Stack it on top. So it's essentially a 1-to-1 of this, kind of consolidation. And lo and behold, that puts you right at about 60,000. So I think the next area of resistance in my mind is probably going to be 50K. I'm not saying we're going to have some, monster 30% dump from that level, but 50K is a, major psychological level. It's high time frame. It's psychological level, big round number. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of kind of rubber banding at that 50K handle. And what I mean by rubber banding is, something like, I'm not saying we do this, right? But what I wouldn't be surprised at is if we overshoot a little bit, pull back, and we get some sort of chop around this level. That's generally something that you'll see at, large round numbers, psychological numbers. In people's minds, they're thinking $50,000 for one Bitcoin. That sounds like a good price. People are going to have sell orders there. And you can do this. This happened at 20K, right? Put your line at 20K here. Essentially the exact same thing, right? So you put your line at 20K. Right? A little bit of chop happening at that level. Put another line at 10K, let's say. Right? Quite a lot of chopping around that 10K level, as you can see. Very much a key level. So I would not be surprised at all to see something of that effect at the 50K level. Personally, I do not think we top at 50K. I think we top beyond 50K, but I wouldn't be surprised if people have some sell orders. People are antsy to, put in a sell there, get out, take some profit, whatever the fuck you want to do. And we see some sort of, kind of whiplash going on there. But all in all, I mean, no matter what way you slice this, it's bullish. I don't care what time frame you're looking at. I don't see a single reason to be bearish here. This is a huge breakout on the weekly. So think back, and this, I'm guilty of this, absolutely. But think back to just last month, the start of January. Start of January, right? Going into the new year, we had this big push up to 42,000, and then, the close. And then the next couple of weeks were, down, right? As much as this candle closed green, most of this candle was ugly, right? Because we put in, if I'm not mistaken, this is the January 25th week. The Elon candle fucked that candle up, right? But the week of January 25th was kind of, sideways. Then we had this wick up here. But, the next 2 weeks after putting in this high was downward price action, right? And me included, right? The problem is you get zoomed in times like this. It's very easy to all of a sudden be like, okay, well, let's zoom in. Let's look at the low time frame. What the fuck's going to happen? And you completely lose sight of the higher time frame. And the higher time frame is bullish as fuck. Higher time frame, bullish as fuck. Like, to me, soon as we close through here, right, you're longing. Right, through that 3-day level there, you're longing. You should have been long here, and obviously through here, I longed a little late. But this was the pullback we all wanted, right? Everyone wanted that 20-30% pullback, right? And what happens in these periods of consolidation, and I started to notice it, and I've shared it in a few of the videos, is the longer price goes sideways and consolidates, it gives you more time to start second guessing yourself, start doubting the trend. Right? More people start pushing out more ideas about how is the pullback done. Oh, we pulled back 30%. Maybe we're going to pull back 40%. People are pulling out bullshit fractals, being like, look, this looks like this kind of. So we're going to go much lower. And what happens is you're flipping your bias, right? Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. And you're missing the entire, kind of obvious trend that was forming because you're caught in this consolidation. And that's exactly what this is designed to do, right? This is designed to shake you out of your position. This is designed to make you second guess. Are we going to go higher? Is the top in? The amount of people I saw, call top, being like, this is it. That's the top. Screenshot this. Fucking pin it on your fridge. Where are they now? Who knows? But it's never good to call top in a bull market. You can short, you can hedge, but the odds are that we were going to break up just based on the preceding trend and where we are in kind of the cycle. So it's very easy to kind of lose sight of that when you're all of a sudden staring at the hourly, staring at the 4 hour, and then this looks really shitty live, right? Like when this is happening here, you're like, oh fuck. Click the goddamn button, bro. What the fuck is going on here? Pardon my French. Okay. Am I crazy or am I not pressing this freaking thing? Okay. Okay. So replay doesn't work. Fuck me, right? But when this is happening live, right? When this is happening live, I'm going to try one more time. Okay, I hate you. When this is happening live, this looks scary, right? This looks scary. And it's designed to do that, right? But we really never lost this floor, right? So you had a pretty clear invalidation in terms of where you wanted to be longing Bitcoin. And, at the end of the day, we got the dump, right? Everyone wanted the 30% dump in the bull market. 27% there, right? From here to here was, pretty much 30%, right? From the absolute top to the absolute bottom there, just over 30%, right? So that dump that you, me, everyone was talking about, buy the 30% dips. I even posted like a douchey, hey guys, there's 30% dips in the bull market. You want to buy them, right? I was posting that shit, but I unfortunately, I didn't long, low 30Ks. Very well. I longed it a few times, but I closed it early. I didn't load up on spot at low 30Ks. I ended up buying essentially, this once we came up here and had this little pullback. That's when I started these two areas here. I started piling back into any sort of spot I sold, as well as putting on leverage exposure. Excuse me. But it was the 30% pullback we all wanted, and then the Elon news comes out. You get this big candle here. Maybe this was the test pump for Elon. I mean, the hindsight of the Elon move, right? I know there's rumors about it. There was the back and forth between him and Michael Saylor. You look at all of his tweets, you're like, fuck, this guy made it kind of obvious that he was going to make an investment. But to me, I think that's obviously super bullish. I mean, richest guy in the world puts $1.5 billion into Bitcoin, puts on the balance sheet at Tesla, one of the biggest, if not one of the biggest, companies in the world, most successful companies. To me, that's not a top thing, right? But what we have to remember is Elon did not buy $1.5 billion of Bitcoin here, right? Elon did not buy that Bitcoin here. I know a lot of people are doing like, oh, Elon is up this much on his Bitcoin already. It's like Elon did not buy $40,000 Bitcoin. I bet you Elon was buying like all the way through fucking here and then announced it. And this is the market's reaction to that news. I'm very confident. I don't know if the information is public yet or if it ever will be public, but I'm sure he had to do some sort of filing with the SEC. And I'm fairly confident that he didn't fucking market buy Bitcoin at $40,000, and that's what sent us up to 47,000. This is the market reacting to that news. I'm very sure, and if fact check me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you can find a way. I'm sure someone can find the information out there. Y'all are good on the internet with that kind of stuff. But I'm very confident Elon bought earlier, right? So is he buying here and then, using us for exit liquidity? I doubt that very much. But I'm very confident that, this is the market reaction to the Elon news, not him actually buying in here. But we got that big dump, right? Here's the 30% dump. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, bought it. I bought it a little late. End of the day, I'm very happy with how much Bitcoin I own. I'm very happy with my, leverage positions that I got in before the real breakout happened here. Looking at the weekly chart, this is support, obviously now. Do I think we come back down here and test that? I don't think so. I actually think it would be rather bearish to completely retrace this move. That would be like saying, okay, after these candles, we come back and retest this consolidation. I don't think we're coming back here. Unfortunately, if you didn't buy Bitcoin sub 40K, I'm not saying you'll never be able to buy it again, obviously, but I don't want to see this happen. Can it happen? Obviously, but I don't want to see a full retrace of this kind of move. I want to see trend continuation. I want to see 3 or 4 more green weekly candles come on Bitcoin, right? So looking fucking amazing here. Obviously, zoom in a little bit. You could argue that maybe we have some sort of, previous all-time high retest, right? Like something like that. Boom. Who knows? Anything is possible. This move here, a retest of the all-time high, right? And then continuation. This seems much more reasonable than expecting us to come back and test that weekly demand that is formed there. This seems much more reasonable. Again, I don't know if it will happen. Anything is possible. I would much rather see another big green candle and then some sort of pullback to newly formed demand, as opposed to retrace back under the previous all-time high. I think people waiting to bid here are going to be the same people that are waiting to bid the Ethereum all-time high retest. They kind of got it here, I guess, but or the original all-time high retest, didn't quite come back. That wick is crazy. But again, what are we doing here? We're looking to long fucking dips. This is a major breakout on the high time frame. So any sort of significant dip that you can get a long in on, I think you do. So there's nothing really for me here on any of these time frames. This is a brand new move here. So I think you got to go down to the H4. This is now the area of interest for me, right? So if I'm looking to buy the dip on Bitcoin, this is where I'm looking to buy the dip. So this would give you probably something like, if I had to eyeball it, just under, this is probably a 32.8% retracement, right? 50% at the bottom. I bet you your 32.8 is somewhere right in there. Again, the 0.382 retracement is generally going to be, there you go, is going to be very bullish, right? So in a very strong bullish trend, you're not always going to get that deep fucking pullback that you want, right? You're going to get the little quickie. So this is an area absolutely I'm buying if given the opportunity. I'm putting bids here. I'm looking to buy. I'm looking for any sort of bullish price action. I think that this is a strong enough breakout that I would probably bid this thing blind. I wouldn't even necessarily need to go down to a low time frame and look for some sniper setup. Like, I'm just bidding. If we come in here, I'm just going to start buying, probably put my stop down there, below the previous all-time high. And you got nice confluence as well. Previous all-time high at 42,000. Boom. So nice SR there. Nice H4 demand that's been formed. That's my ideal long scenario if given. I would not be surprised if I wake up tomorrow and we're at 50K. I'm very confident that we're probably going to see 50K Bitcoin, this week or early next week. I don't think it's going to take a lot of time. We're so fucking close already. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quick little rip and then boom. So that's kind of potential long scenarios. I'm absolutely not interested in shorting this thing at all. I think there's been a lot of I'm gonna go through the chat here, guys. I see some posts here, so I'll go through the chat in 1 second here once I finish this thought. So I saw a lot of posts on Twitter today from some very smart people, some traders who are much wealthier than I. So I am by no means trying to degrade or talk shit or subtweet anything that these guys are saying, because there's a bunch of fucking absolute killers on there, like SZ Suzu, the Three Arrows Capital guy, basically saying, this is like, Amazon breaking all-time high for the second time. You respect the pump. You don't sell your fucking Bitcoin. And like, I get it. That stuff is great for engagement. And I also agree with it to an extent. Like, I think, people who have sold their Bitcoin, sub 30K or at 30K are kicking themselves right now. And now you have this, like I've talked about this before, if you sold your Bitcoin at 30K, it's going to be mighty hard for you to buy it back at 50K. That's tough mentally, right? Like, it's just very hard mentally to get over that hurdle, and you can't think like that, unfortunately, right? Your buying power is reduced now. You can't buy as much as you had, right? Especially if you've been trading and you haven't been able to keep up, with Bitcoin. Let's say you sold 10 Bitcoin at 300K or at 30K for 300 grand, and now it's at 47,000, and you've only traded up, you were trading altcoins, in Tether, and you're in and out. Now you have 400 grand. Well, you can now buy less Bitcoin than you had originally. You would have had more money if you just held. So I think for most people, right, you look at the market, as much as there was bias flipping going on, are we going lower, higher, right? We really had 2 to 2.5 weeks of downward price action before we just continued this absolute Chad trend that we were in before January, right? And January's typically been a down month in Bitcoin. We all talked about this, right? So most people are not gonna, in a bull market, most people are not gonna outperform this, right? Like, you have to be a really nimble, good trader. I'm not even gonna take the March low, because let's just say you bought in at 12K, which is not even crazy, right? That's not even near the bottom. That's a 4x off the bottom, right? So you bought in at 12K in August, right? So that is, let's just say you bought spot Bitcoin, right? So there's a couple weeks here where you're underwater, right? So there's from August to October, 2 months you're underwater, and then the rest of the time you're in the green and you 3x your money without doing shit. Most people are not going to 3x their entire portfolio trading. Some people will. Like, you got to remember, Twitter is like a highlight reel. It's just like Instagram. You go on someone's Instagram and you see their stories and their fucking posts, and you're like, oh man, all this person does is work out, go to the beach, and hang out with hot chicks, right? That's what you see on the dude's Instagram. You don't know that, on the other days, he's working some crazy, 12-hour day schedule from Monday to Friday, because you only see in the highlights. And there's some absolutely god-tier traders on Twitter. But there's also a lot of traders who only post the highlights, right? They don't post any of the lowlights. They're not posting their losses. And you're just looking at these people going, man, all they do is win. Can I do that? I'm telling you, as someone who is a trader, who has been able to outperform the market, it's not fucking easy, and most people won't do it. Most people are better off just holding, right? Like, a 3x on your money in 7-8 months is fucking incredible. So it is tough, and so when I see those posts from those guys, I get it, right? They're like saying, listen, you should just have hold your Bitcoin, hold your Ethereum, don't sell it, don't get shaken out. Absolutely, I agree, because I think we go higher. I think this Elon news is super bullish, but I'm also of the mindset that we are up 10x from the bottom, more. Okay, we're up 1,100%, okay, in just under a year. Let's say that we go to 100K, and that's the top of this cycle, okay? 100K is the top of the cycle. Okay? That's only another, basically, 2x from here. It's another 107% gain from current prices. So you did an 11x, right, from bottom to now, and then you do another 2x on that money to 100K, and 100K is crazy. Like, it seems reasonable now. We're at 50, right? But still, 100K Bitcoin is kind of nuts. So to kind of tell people, being like, you're dumb for selling now, it's like, dude, I think that's wrong, right? Like, not everyone is in the same situation where they can be 100% exposed to Bitcoin, with their entire net worth, like a lot of degenerates are, on Twitter, who are just like, I'm long everything, 95% of my net worth is Bitcoin and I'm not selling, right? Great. Maybe you're 20 and you live at home, right? But if you're, an older person, you're in your 30s, 40s, you got kids, you got expenses, you got bills to pay, shit. I don't see selling at 47K if you bought under fucking 10K as a loss. I think that's a fucking win, because most people lose money in this game. So if you're selling at a 4, 5, fucking 6x, I think it's a W. So I take everything you see online with a grain of salt. Remember, it's your money at the end of the day. Everyone's situation is different. Not everyone is posting all the information that you really need on Twitter. Do whatever the fuck you want with your Bitcoin. If you want to sell it, sell it. You shouldn't feel bad about it, right? Like, we're up fucking insane numbers already. So, will it go higher? Can it go higher? I think it will go higher, yes. But anything is possible, right? Don't let fucking strangers on the internet influence your shit, and then all of a sudden we don't go to 100K and we dump, and you're all pissed, right? Because you didn't take any money off the table. None of this means shit until you pay yourself. But anyways, holy shit, it's bullish as fuck. I'm super stoked. I hope you guys are all getting rich with me. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Cornholio, what's up, bro? F expectations. I'll go over Ethereum next. Why are you sitting in the dark? Did Bitcoin give you a black eye? It's because it is nighttime here. It is almost midnight where I am. So it's dark in this fucking room. I need to get, like I said, I'm going to get proper lighting and shit one of these days. What's up, Mehmet? What's up, HTML Kurt? Morning from the Netherlands. What's up, Fennec? How you doing, homie? What is time to be alive indeed? 3 p.m. in Malaysia. Perfect. RSS feed only. Don't know what that means. Alpha. We'll take a look at Alpha because I've got a hot tip on Alpha that it's going to chad. So I bought a bag today, actually. Blockfolio just got mad racist. Okay. I guess someone will have to fill me in on that. Vato Loco here. What's up, Jorge? Quick random setup streaming tip. I recommend insulating the room with furniture or insulation foam. I think it would decrease the echo being picked up. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'm going to get like a mic fucking thing. I'm going to put a couple grand into making this. I'm going to get a green screen. It's going to be dope. Don't worry. Give me a couple weeks. Send it to 20. No, never. Any new CB pattern to ape in on now? I don't know what CB pattern means. How will we ever sleep again? You've been sleeping? What the fuck? How did you get the toolbar on TradingView? I don't even know, bro. I think it's somewhere in here. But honestly, as you can see, I can't even get the replay function to work. I'm not a TradingView expert. Yeah, there you go. So Bitcoin, SEC requires a 30-day announcement. So you can imagine where Elon was buying, right? Never felt this euphoric, and it's the strongest it's ever looked. That's awesome. Do you just bid or you wait for confirmation? So in some instances, I wait for confirmation. Some instances, I just bid. So I think the trend is really strong here, right? Like I mentioned. So in that instance, I'm probably just going to bid that H4 demand. Like, because we don't know, right, if price is going to come down here and consolidate, or if it's just going to come down here and then in the same candle, it's going to look like this, right? Like you're going to wish that you bid here, right? Let's assume this was that order block, right? But it doesn't spend a lot of time there, right? So sometimes you just got to have the bids waiting. So this is an instant where I would likely just have bids waiting on Bitcoin and see if I get filled. When to buy F for a long? I don't know, bro. What do you mean? Like, have you not been buying over the last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? I'll look at Ethereum next and we can go over some situations. What do you think this BTC pump means for alts? Well, it's going to tell you which alts are legit and which ones aren't super legit. If your alts are getting absolutely savaged by Bitcoin, you're going to want to look at some altcoins that aren't getting absolutely savaged from Bitcoin, right? And that's going to be maybe an idea of where you should keep your money, right? Because your alt, right, your altcoin is always denominated against BTC, right? So when BTC is super fucking strong, generally this fraction as a whole will go down, right? So if you look at Ethereum BTC, this is the inverse of the Bitcoin chart right now, right? So what does the Bitcoin chart look like on the daily, right? What is the inverse of this? Well, it's big green daily candles, isn't it, right? Red candles here. So that means that Bitcoin is much stronger than Ethereum right now. So this fraction as a whole is getting smoked, right? So you're going to want to know, you're going to want to see, and if your altcoin is holding up well during this, right? Like if it's not going down a shit ton as Bitcoin pumps, once Bitcoin chills out, that altcoin's gonna fly. So yeah, you absolutely want to be paying attention to your alt BTC pair, and you can also look at your alt F pair, right? So I posted this on Twitter today, right? Because I'm in a Litecoin position. Well, why? Well, I think Litecoin has a chance to potentially outperform Ethereum for a little bit, right? So if Litecoin can start trading up here, and then eventually up here, maybe for the month of February, Litecoin will outperform Ethereum, right? Because if you look at the month of January, right? Ethereum went up, 100% in the month of January. Well, what did Litecoin do in the month of January? Right? Litecoin went up fucking at most 50%, but it closed actually quite ugly, right? So like this is the monthly candle for January on Litecoin. This is the monthly candle for January on Ethereum. So there is a chance in my mind that Litecoin actually might outperform Ethereum. So I want to look at the Litecoin Ethereum chart to make that determination. And if this chart can get bullish, right, then there's a chance that Litecoin is going to outperform Ethereum. So that's a good place for me to park some of my money, right? So that's how you can do portfolio reallocation, rotation, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You want to start comparing your bags against Bitcoin, against Ethereum, etc., and see what makes the most sense, right? If your altcoin is getting smoked, like if you're in Litecoin in the month of January, you were in the wrong fucking coin, right? It got absolutely slaughtered. So something you should definitely be paying attention to, some sort of analysis that you should definitely be doing. Sorry. Is that kind of cross-market analysis, right? Looking at your coins versus Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin is strong, alts generally get hit. The best situation actually is for your altcoin to either hold up or actually pump with Bitcoin. Not the USD pair, but the Bitcoin pair. That just means your altcoin is super fucking strong, right? The F bulls really need to step up here. We'll talk about that in a second. What's up with alts though? So I just kind of talked about it. What's your opinion on reserve rights? I have no idea really what that project is, what it does. I do have a friend who's very savvy with that shit, who thinks it's good. He's longed it and made a bunch of money. So I think this probably breaks up, right? Based on what the market is doing as a whole. I don't know where you draw the lines here on this one, but to me, this seems like this breaks up. If I had to be a betting man, what direction this thing goes, I think this thing probably breaks to the upside. So you just kind of probably you're either accumulating here, right, or you're waiting for some sort of breakout play to get long, right? But this probably breaks out to the upside. I have no idea what the coin does or any of the fundamentals, any of that stuff. So preface that. Don't you think what's happening right now is an overreaction? Not at all. I mean, the richest man in the world who owns one of the biggest companies in the world just bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and just announced it. Just the exposure that is going to have. You got to think, right? He announced that this morning. It's Monday. That's all over the news now. Think of all the other companies that are probably saying, hey, maybe we're buying Bitcoin, or that's in the works. What if another company like an Apple comes out and says they've bought Bitcoin? What about the retail FOMO? Like, you think retail's FOMOing in now? It's not even close. Wait till the retail, right? People are sending money to exchanges. Kraken, FTX both announced that they had I think Kraken had its most signups ever. They had to halt it. And FTX had their most verification requests ever, right? And then $1 billion in trading volume. So to me, that the FOMO is gonna come. Just the publicity of that shit, I think it is bullish on its own. And I think Elon usually is pretty smart with his investments. He's done pretty fucking well over the years, right? So I wouldn't bet against that. I think it's a silly premise to be like, this is a top, I'm betting against this, all that shit, right? Like I think that's a silly premise. I don't think you should short until the market gives you a reason, right? Like until we lose some sort of like daily structure, right? Like get back below here, right? Break a daily swing low. We never broke this swing low, right? I posted along here, or here, saying this swing low has to hold, right? Rode it up to here, but then I closed it. Obviously, we came back down. But, daily market structure is super fucking bullish here. So until you have some sort of high time frame reasoning, don't try and fade this shit. You're going to get burned more often than not. Like maybe you get it right once, but 9 out of 10 times you're going to get fucking smoked. Got any alts that are catching your eye? Any Uniswap stuff? The alts that you see here are most of the ones that I trade. So everything you see here, this is most of the shit that I trade. I trade SPX, I trade OMG, I trade Waves, I trade, this is breaking out, not the direction I thought I was going to go. DOT, BNB, great exchange coin. ZEC, I actually don't trade. I bought it once, made like $5,000, and then like bought it again and lost like 15, never traded again. Curve, a lot of these are Uniswap coins or DeFi coins, excuse me. So these are most of the coins that I actively trade. And then obviously the majors. So everything you see here, that's usually what I'm paying attention to. Every day someone tags me in an altcoin that does like a 500% and I'm not in it. I'm not the best altcoin trader. I am not an altcoin picker. I am a margin trader, markup levels, take trades. That's my edge. But these are most of the coins that I focus on. More than anything, I trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Those are like that would be 75% of my trading. Super boring, I know. And then I'll punt into some of this shit that's a little riskier, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to remember all of these altcoins are already derivatives, right? These are essentially leveraged products in themselves. So me as a margin trader who uses leverage, for me to use leverage to trade some fucking leveraged altcoin, ton of risk there, right? With how volatile these coins can be, right? They'll see 20, 30% swings, on a regular basis, right? There's 20% drop right there, right? This is, even just from here to here, right? Is a 10% drop with leverage, right? On something that's under $1. Those can really fuck your shit up if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not careful. Most altcoins, honestly, with how much volatility there is in them, especially right now, you should be trading spot or extremely low leverage. You don't need leverage to trade altcoins. I know everyone wants leverage because get rich quicker and stuff. That's false, right? It's get poor quicker for the most part. For most people, you're going to lose money because these are all leveraged products as is, right, in their nature. But yeah, this is most of the stuff I trade here. Anytime I'm trading these altcoins here, it's like extremely low leverage, like 3x at most. And it's not really necessary with how volatile these markets are. Here's a perfect example. E-Gold. Someone has told me about this coin before. I didn't buy it. And look at it. Fucking sending. Does anyone have a time machine? Because I would love to go back to fucking October and I'd be retired by now. So that is fucking incredible. So I've seen a lot of posts, right, being like, it's so corny to me, and it's just such like an engagement, suck. Oh, fucking alt season coming soon. It's like, dude, so many fucking coins have done like a 10, 15, 20x in the last couple months, and people are like, alt season coming soon. I was like, I don't know. This kind of feels like alt season. I mean, look at fucking Ave. You're telling me this is not like alt season, right? 2,000% in like 2 months, right? And this is happening all over the place. GERT, right? That's nothing. That's a 3x. That's baby stuff, right? That's only a 2x. That's baby stuff. What about this one? Right? 6x. So, I mean, can alts get crazier? Of course, right? But I think it's just like such like an engagement bait to be like, just wait till alts get going. It's like, my dude, alts have been going. So there's opportunity everywhere. Morning, SD. What's up, homie? I had to sell because of the CRA. Oh man, the tax man's coming to get you. I once had 112 BTC. Fuck my life, bro. I feel you. I was in Bitcoin in 2013, and I had a fuckload of Bitcoin back then when it was not worth very much, and I do not have even close to that amount now. I just try to not think about it. 1,000 fucking perfect, bro. Okay. Do you think BTC will go under 40 again? Is it possible? Yes. I don't think so. I think in the future, maybe we top at 70, 80K, huge pullback, sure. I don't want to see it happen soon. Like, I don't want Bitcoin to be under 30K, in the next 3 days, under 40K in the next 3 days. I think I would like to see, at the very least, that previous all-time high active support if we do dip that far. Is it possible that we wick under here? Yes. I would rather us not get back under that previous all-time high. I'd rather us stay above if I could have it my way, right? Like, I don't really want us to come back below here, 42K. I want us to stay above there. Any price action below there, I would want to be rather quick. Ideally, I want this H4 area to get bought up, right? Okay, there's more questions here. I'm gonna go back to the charts. I'm gonna cover Ethereum, and then I will get back to the questions that you guys have here. Okay. So Ethereum, this son of a bitch. So Ethereum had a great month of January, right? So if you look at Ethereum Bitcoin, right, relative to, so this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin, this chart, right? So in the month of January, Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin, right? That's what this represents. Excuse me. Pardon me. That's what this chart represents, right? Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin in the month of January. This chart is green. Or in my case, white. So, excuse me. I'm still fucking bullish on this. Can this come a little lower first? Sure. But in my opinion, Ethereum is going to continue doing well. This chart is in an uptrend for me, and this chart has not really broken out yet. So in the month of January, we outperformed. Maybe in the month of February, we underperformed. But I think over the next couple of months, Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin in terms of potential upside, right? Ethereum only has to go to $3,400 to 2x. Bitcoin has to go to 100K, right? So looking here, right, monthly order block, right? I've talked about this several times. Low, high, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. So my expectation on this is still here. I am very confident that we pull into here. The question is, do we do this first, right? Or do we turn up from here? That's the only real question. It's not a matter of if, to me, it's a matter of when. I'm very confident that this will trade at, 0.05 plus Satoshi. So it's just a matter of time. So to me, what I would like to see is, this kind of be the bottom and us pull up from here. Based on Bitcoin being very strong, right? You're seeing this pull back from that, explanation I gave earlier in terms of the fraction. So I'm not surprised, right, that, it's bleeding a little bit. But what you will see is that Ethereum USD is still going up, right? And it's going up partly because Bitcoin is dragging it up, right? The strength of Bitcoin is dragging the USD pair up while bringing this down. So I don't necessarily think the USD pair is going back to 1400, right? But it could underperform the gain in Bitcoin, right? Like just yesterday, we had a 20% daily candle, right, on Bitcoin, like some fucking crazy shit. Like this candle was a monster, right? Okay, 23% here. Look at this candle yesterday. Negative 12%. That means that Bitcoin outperformed Ethereum by about 12%. So if I look at the daily candle on Ethereum now, right, look at that, 12%. So 12% plus 12% is 24%. And what do we have on this? 24%, right? So if your money, let's say you had just 100% spot exposure to Ethereum yesterday, you underperformed Bitcoin by 12%, right? So your money was better off in Bitcoin. That's why this chart is important, right? But it doesn't mean that the Ethereum pair, USD pair, is not going to go up. It went up 10%. That's still great, but it went up less than Bitcoin because this chart is bearish, right? Or not bearish, but because, this chart was, I put in a bear candle. Oh God. Oh God. What have we done? Okay. So month of January, we outperformed. Okay. Month of January, we outperformed. February, I'm still leaning towards Ethereum having a chance of outperforming Bitcoin. So what we need to see here on the Ethereum USD pair, I'm going to take us down to the weekly chart. I want to see this level here hold. This is a super key area in my opinion. This is like a 3-year-old SR area. Maybe not quite 3 years, but well, it kind of is, because if I pull it back to here, right? So support, resistance, 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 boom. Like this is a buy every fucking time. I don't care. Like that is a buy to me. Like this is the perfect SR flip. What you have to kind of say or realize, right, is this is a high time frame chart, right? So there's a lot of range here. This box, is 6-7% on its own, right? So if you buy the top, you could be in some drawdown. But to me, 10 out of 10 times, I'm buying this SR flip, or I'm bullish on this SR flip. I don't personally trade the FBTC pair like on BitMEX, but what I do is in a situation like this, I will transfer spot Bitcoin into spot Ethereum with the anticipation of this turning up, right? And giving me outsized gains relative to Bitcoin. I'm not doing that yet. I want to see this thing show me that it's going to bounce, and then I will make that rotation. Right now, my spot portfolio is primarily Bitcoin and primarily Litecoin, because I think Litecoin is going to have the potential to outperform Ethereum, right? Because Ethereum already had a nice run in January. Litecoin hasn't really had that yet. Like if you look at this USD pair, right? I mean, look at this thing. This thing's fucking nuts. Okay? See this? What does this look like? It looks like Bitcoin, right? Not quite as crazy, but crazier. Look at Litecoin. To me, this has some room to play catch up. So I'm going to wait for this to show me that this SR flip is going to hold. Once I see some bullishness here, then I'd be willing to take some Bitcoin, transfer it into Ethereum. I still own Ethereum, but I'll be willing to transfer more of my Ethereum like I did here. I took a large amount of my Bitcoin, and on this move here, I bought Ethereum. Did very well, sold most of that Ethereum once we broke through here, back to Bitcoin. Now I'm considering buying it back, right? So where do I expect this to go? I expect it to go here. That part I'm sure of. The question is, are we going to go from here? Okay, or are we going to go from, maybe down here? Okay, so if this area fails, this is probably the next area of interest for me, down here. And that's a long drop. And what does that mean? I don't necessarily think it means that the Ethereum USD pair shits the bed, because Bitcoin probably will remain strong. Like for this to drop to here, Bitcoin's going to go up a shitload. So it's, kind of a win-lose, I guess. But this is a big drop, another 10+%, but this is absolutely, an area I'm buying into. I'd probably buy into anywhere, below here. Once it starts trading below here, I'd probably look to start scaling in. And then hopefully we see something like that. But I'm still leaning on us just turning up from here. That's the preferred situation. Flipping this support and resistance area, right? Boom, 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 multiple interactions, breakout. no reason why this shouldn't hold in my opinion. So let's see. It looks kind of ugly now. This is kind of a nasty looking fake out, but you got to remember Bitcoin also put in a 20% day yesterday. So everything against Bitcoin got smoked, right? So let's see if we can hold. We've got nice daily demand here that's also formed right at that level. Otherwise, I'm a buyer down here. Okay? So that's the Ethereum Bitcoin analysis. And hopefully that explanation makes sense when I talk about altcoins, how they're affected with Bitcoin, and what I'm going to do with the USD pair. All of that shit pins off of what I just explained to you here. So hopefully that fucking makes sense. All right. Let's see if we can get 100 likes here, guys. We got 200 people watching. We're at 82 likes. We're close. 100 would be sick. Thoughts on ETH? So I've just started. I'll cover Ethereum USD next year. I'm just going to read some of the chat. Good morning, Ayush. How you doing, homie? BTC. Is that not BitTorrent? Is that not Justin's son? Scam coin. BTC. It's on BitRX, so you know it's good. Whoa, shit. I mean, this is obviously an incredible move, right? But unless you bought it down here, you don't really give a fuck, like, right? If you have bought this thing anytime in the last like 2 years, you're absolutely fucked. You're never getting your money back. Ever. You're never getting your money back here, bro. But this is a crazy move. I mean, what the fuck? This is 4 Satoshis? I mean, pretty crazy move off the bottom. But right into resistance, right? So a move like this, here's your resistance here. Crazy move. Right? But just be aware, right? This looked like a crazy move, right? And then what happened? This looked like a crazy move, and then what happened? Right? This looked like a crazy move, and then what happened? So just, be careful with something like this. But if it gets above here, then it gets interesting. I don't know how you get involved here. Like, this had to be something you were watching. Because, like, I don't know how you buy this thing before this happens, unless you were watching this here. Like, I mean, this is trading at 1 Satoshi. Like, am I wrong? This is all 1 Satoshi, 2 Satoshi. I don't know. Like, can it even go lower than this? I don't get it. 0 is right here. I don't know. This is crazy. But I don't know how you get involved in this thing. Like, unless this was on your radar, it was not on mine. And you're watching it, maybe it flips this SR level here and you had a trigger. But how do you even set an alert? Because this is 1 Satoshi and this is also 1 Satoshi. So I don't know. But if you were to get in, if you were paying attention to this, sick. But yeah, not for me. It's not the kind of play I make. If it gets above here, might get interesting. And I imagine the USD pair, there you go. Made an all-time high, at least on Binance. So, crazy. BitTorrent. Trader Reno, how you doing, man? What's up? Raza from G'day from Australia. Alts are killing me. If they're not performing well against Bitcoin, do you recommend cutting losses and finding ones that are holding up? So one of the best pieces of advice that is not financial advice that I could give you is, in a bull market, what you want to do is you want to cut losers quickly and you want to compound onto winners, right? Because when you're in a bear market and everything's fucking going down, who gives a shit, right? Like, everything's getting shit on. But when there's a bull market going on and there's so many different coins going up, right? So many different coins pumping, there's huge opportunity cost being in the wrong coin, right? And I just kind of explained that with Ethereum Bitcoin, right? If you were in Litecoin instead of Ethereum in the month of January, you got fucked, right? Like, yes, Litecoin went up 50% from bottom to top, right? But it didn't close up. It closed only up like 10%. Regardless, it went up 50% total, right? Well, Ethereum did a 2x that. So there's huge opportunity cost not being in the right coin. So obviously, I don't know what your portfolio is. I don't know what kind of trader you are. But what I can say is in a bull market, cut losers quickly. If something is underperforming, it's not working, don't be afraid to cut it and then compound on things that are working and are winning, right? You want to look for those altcoins that are holding up well. Bitcoin is pulling back here, right? Look at it right now. Bitcoin is pulling back a little bit, not crazy, right? But Bitcoin's pulling back just a little bit. And look at my board now. Look at all these alt versus BTC pairs. Starting to go green, right? Starting to go a little green, and you're seeing these, oh, look at this, right? Bitcoin starts pulling back. All of a sudden, your alt BTC pairs start to look a little bit better, right? And altcoins start to pump a little bit better, right? Nice little fake out there. This is super common in crypto, right? You have your wedge, it will break out one way and then just completely launch the other way. But yeah, so I mean, if Bitcoin chills out a little bit, we might have a little bit of breathing room on some of these altcoins. But yeah, absolutely. Don't be afraid to cut losers. I mean, if you're in a coin and you're not stopped out, right, because your idea wasn't wrong, you're like, oh, another coin is pumping. Don't just go chasing the pumps, right? But if you have something that's lagging, that's underperforming, and you have something else that's working, don't be afraid to cut losses, reallocate that capital to what works, right? Capital allocation, taking advantage is key. There's tons of opportunity cost in not being in the right shit. LTC, man. Yeah, let's talk. We'll talk about Ethereum USD and then we'll talk about LTC. Okay, I'm going to get back to the charts here and then I'll come back to the questions here as well. Okay, we'll try and do a little bit of back and forth. That way I'm not too far behind on the chat, but you guys aren't bored with me just spouting off a bunch of fucking bullshit. Okay, so I gave you the whole spiel about Ethereum BTC, right? And what we want to see. So I want to see Ethereum BTC start catching a bid here. Look what's happened as we've been on this video, right? I'm going to fuck it, aren't I? I'm going to fuck it, aren't I? No, come on. Okay, there we go. As we're on this video, we're catching a little bit of a bid here. It's still too early to say anything, right? Still too early. But if this thing can start catching a bid here and start pushing up, this pair is going to go ham. This is going to go to 2K, right? Because unfortunately, one thing we've seen here, right, is this was very similar to the Bitcoin all-time high, right? The Bitcoin all-time high break was very similar to, you know, what you're seeing on Ethereum right now, right? It's right here, right? So we had a little bit of chop, right? A little bit of chop under all-time high, right? And then once we broke it, we had a breakaway, then a consolidation well above all-time high, and then obviously shit got ham. What we're not seeing on Ethereum quite yet is that same breakaway, right? So Bitcoin put in a few more green candles here, and then it consolidated. This kind of just broke above all-time high, and then just kind of started, you know, consolidating right above. I still think it's super bullish, but it's all going to hinge on this. And what are we seeing right now? We're seeing a little bit of bullishness. The bears, they're about to get blown the fuck out. So, I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Excuse me. Look at that. Exactly what I want to fucking see. It's kind of nice doing the stream at this time because shit is moving, right? Shit is cooking. So as you can see here, we're coming into what I would call the FTA. This is our first trouble area, right? So you see Bitcoin's pulling back to about, you know, $1,000 off of the high now, and you're starting to see altcoins get a little bit of breathing room. Look at Waves. Waves is up, you know, 8 or 9%. Look at BNB up 18%. This was all red yesterday because of how strong Bitcoin was. This was all red. So Ethereum, BTC, putting a little bit of strength here. If this can flip this area, I don't see why this can't come up and attack this level, right? So what I want to see on this thing is I want to see constructive price action, bullish price action, right? I want to see a low, right? This is a high. I now want to see a low time frame uptrend form here and eventually take out this high, right? So let's see what happens. Let's give it some time. Still a little early, but this is a good sign for the Bitcoin pair, or for the USD pair. If this can start going up, right, this is going to start playing catch up. That's already what you're seeing, right? As soon as that thing started catching a bid, look what started happening to the USD pair, right? It started breaking out. Look at Litecoin, right? Still kind of in this consolidation. Ethereum, you know, very clear breakout here. So this is great. A little bit of weakness on Bitcoin itself, giving an opportunity for something like Ethereum USD to start running a little bit. So I think that's great. I think this looks really good. You know, analysis on this coin as a whole. Where are we going? To the fucking moon, obviously. But how do we get there is the question. So clear price discovery at this point. Here's your previous all-time high, at least on Bitfinex, right? Again, everyone wanted that all-time high retest, right? Same as Bitcoin. Everyone wanted to buy the 20K retest. I just don't think you're going to get it, right? I don't think you're going to get it. I don't think this thing comes back to 1400. I just don't, right? So yes, we could come back here. I don't see it though. I think it's much more likely that we continue up. So you look at the daily, I think that was your last chance at a dip right there. Like a really deep dip. So if I'm looking at the daily, I think this consolidation, I think we've left it. We had a nice little ascending kind of, you know, pattern here. Ascending triangle. It's now broken to the upside. This is doing a key SR flip right now. So everything is lining up to me that this thing just goes higher. So where is it going to go? We can do the exact same analysis that we did on Bitcoin. You know, you can take from here to here, right? Very scientifically, copy and paste it using extreme precision and science, right? Takes us just over to 2K. You can do the fibs, right? We could take a fib from this price swing to here. There you go. A 1-to-1 price swing of this is right on 2K. So I think that's going to happen quite swiftly with what we're seeing happen on the BTC pair right now. Looking at this, I think that happens quite swiftly. This, you know, looking at this here, this looks like a very nice kind of run on that low, right? We came back, retested that high, but we ran that low, right? So what I'm looking at now on the H4 is I'm saying, okay, if I get lucky, I don't know if I will, but if I get lucky, I want to buy this, right? So this is a breaker. This is the breaker that caused the run on this low. So we might not get it. We've now broken market structure here, the upside, okay? Broken market structure. If we get a pullback here, I'm buying it. So this is the exact same basic setup that I gave you on Bitcoin, but it's on Ethereum. So what do I mean by that? If Bitcoin comes back and retests this H4 structure here, right? 382 pullback, right? From here to here. Remember that? 0.382. Right into there. A same thing I think could happen. I'm not saying it will, but it could happen on Ethereum here. And if it does, I'm looking to buy it, right? If I pull my fib from here to here, right? This would be a little bit deeper of a pullback, but that's an area I'm interested in potentially, right? If it gives me the opportunity, this might just go to the fucking moon from here. I don't know. But if I get an opportunity to buy this, I will. Another option you could look at is this, right? You can already see this is an SR flip here, right? Regain that level was bullish. So some sort of pullback into this, right? Into this structure now could be your next long opportunity, right? That would be the most bullish case, is some sort of shallow pullback. And this box will line up with the 0.382 on Bitcoin, just like Bitcoin did right there. So wishful thinking, deep pullback, stink bids down here, right? Low 1600s. More realistically, high 1600s, 1700. Probably a good area to set some stink bids, and maybe you get lucky. But this looks good. This is starting to look good. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ethereum outperform Bitcoin today. Look at Bitcoin up 1.36, Ethereum's up double, right? Litecoin's up a little bit more. Why? Look at this shit. This is why. This is why Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin right now. Into that weekly level, right? We're into this weekly level. We got the exact type of reaction I wanted here. I'm gonna delete this line, delete this arrow. Look at the reaction we're getting here. Whoop. If we can close this candle above here, you know, I know it's early in the week, that would be awesome. All right, so Ethereum looking good. We'll talk about Litecoin next, and then I will take suggestions from the chat, and then we'll just call it a night. It is already 12:30 at night here, so I don't want to. I'm gonna be up late staring at the charts, obviously, but I don't want to be on stream too late. Okay. F is a crowded trade. Oh, no, we're ahead of ourselves here. Man, nice wisdom. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thanks for coming and watching. ONT, I actually have a bag of this. I got a bag. So I aped into some of this. What the hell? What the hell is going on here? I'm pretty sure I drew lines. Okay, regardless. What the fuck, though? I know for a fact that Here we go. Let's go. Okay. I aped into this today. I don't even remember who, but someone said this shit looked good. I think it was Cuban Taco. Cuban Taco. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. He's solid. Cuban, what's up? If you're watching, you're probably not. But I saw him tweet about this, and I saw another person tweet about it, so I looked at the chart, right? Twitter can be good. There's so many good traders that just share shit that's bullish, right? Like half the work is you go and you open up your charts. You're like, okay, there's so many charts to look at. I have traders that I follow, and if they say something, I don't just buy it, but I'll go look at the chart, and then if I agree that I think it also looks bullish, then I'm gonna, potentially get in a trade. And that's exactly what happened here. Saw a couple traders that I respect talk about this coin, saying it looks good. So I pulled up the chart and I'm like, damn, it does look good. So I'm looking at the weekly here. We had a very nice run of this low here. Okay, very nice run of the low. Swing failure pattern. Low, high. This to me is a higher low now with the invalidation being right here, right? So as long as we're above there, it looks good. We made another little, smaller term high and low, and we've got this new weekly demand formed here. So we've come into this block and we've pushed through it so far. It's early in the week, but this is starting to look constructive. You look at the daily, we've now broken market structure on the daily, right? We've got a higher high on the daily. So to me, this looks pretty good. Looking at the weekly chart, I think this thing goes to $1, right? So if it comes back into here, I'm a buyer up into here and then ultimately up into here. So I don't know if it will give you this pullback. It might just do another green candle, ideally, because I've already bought. But if it comes back here, I might look to compound my position. Target is $1. F is a crowded trade. I don't think so. I disagree. I think the term crowded, I think that's kind of cope, right? We are insignificant. Your retail is FOMOing in. We are retail, right? We are retail. Just because we're early, it does not mean we're not retail. None of us are institutional traders. We are retail, right? So retail is not FOMOing in. We are retail. To me, Elon Musk just announced that he's bought Bitcoin. Ethereum is the second biggest coin that is still kind of relatively, recognizable by name, even to people who aren't, super savvy about the space. It's available on Coinbase, the easiest platform, and PayPal for people to buy. It is the on-ramp for all of Uniswap and DeFi. So to me, I think Ethereum is a great bet. I disagree. I think Ethereum is a great bet. And I would absolutely want to own Ethereum. I don't think it's crowded at all. And you want more people to trade it. That means, if people are going to FOMO in, prices can go up. So disagree with that take there, respectfully, Cornholio. Elron, fucking strong. Probably. Another coin I'm not in. Sweet. If you guys could just let me know what these coins are before they do a 3,000%, that would be super. Any alt recommendations? Anything you see here is what I'm trading. These are all my alts. Everything you see here. Oh, and I also longed alpha. I also longed this shit. Wish I longed it here, but I basically longed this just based on this. 3-day order block, right? Zoom in. To me, this is getting respected here for now. Got a nice little, sweep here below the low. SFP, right? Retest, right? So there's your breaker candle right there. Nice little retest and reaction. So I'm long alpha as well. Rookie, you guys know Rookie. He's the homie. He's been shilling me on this shit since it was at like $1, and I wasn't listening. Now, I even drew this out when he initially shielded to me. Wish I would have bought it there. I didn't, but I'm in now. So everything you see here, this is the stuff I actively trade. Do you think we'll get a pullback anytime soon for Bitcoin? We're pulling back right now. I mean, define pullback. How big of a pullback are you expecting? Right? Maybe this is it. So this is what I'd watch. These are the two areas to watch. Right here and here. So lose this, we go here. I don't want us to lose this second one, but I think it's either this or it's either this. So that's what I'm watching on Bitcoin. One of those two zones. Elron, 23% up today. Wish I would have known earlier in the day there, Stanley, or Amber. Maybe shoot me a DM next time. Say, Maine, do no research, market buy Elron. It's going to go up 20%. Okay, let me know. Based on what I'm seeing in the news, this is going to be the start of a relentless Bitcoin rise. Possibly. Very possible. I think Elon is probably, the beginning of mania, right? So this cycle could go on another 6 months, another year, another 18 months, I don't know. But shit is probably going to get crazy. Hey, what program are you using right now? This is called TradingView. It's a free, I have the paid version, but so you can go on it for free, tradingview.com. Litecoin is prime for a swift move up. Charlie Lee, is that you in disguise watching my streams? You sneaky boy. Litecoin, BTC pair, still looks like shit, right? So my biggest hesitation with being an uber bull on Litecoin, because I'm super long, is this, right? This looks like shit still. So look at this. Look at this. Right? Which one of these two coins, if you had to pick one, Litecoin or Ethereum, instead of Bitcoin, which one are you going to be in? Right? Well, this looks much more bullish versus Bitcoin than this does. But you don't even need to do that comparison. You can compare them yourself just like this, right? So I want to see Litecoin push up here, because if this rejects here, right, and makes a new low, my money is better off in Ethereum, and I was wrong. So I can still make money on Litecoin going up, but I would have made more money just being long Ethereum because this chart is bearish for now. But I'm hoping this chart can flip bullish. And then obviously I'm hoping this chart can flip bullish, right? Litecoin has been getting absolutely destroyed by Bitcoin. I really want to see it reclaim this low, and you can see it doing it right now. right? So a couple key lows right here. That's the biggest swing low of interest to me. And you can see this daily candle, you know, starting to reclaim it. So if we could see some bullishness here on this pair, right, that's going to be, you know, potential for Litecoin. There's a lot of highs here that can get run to outperform Bitcoin for a little while, because Bitcoin's been outperforming everything, especially in the last day, right? So look at Bitcoin now and look at all these alts. This was the complete reverse yesterday. Everything was red essentially, and Bitcoin was in the major green. So Litecoin BTC has some work to do. Litecoin ETH has some work to do. Litecoin USD looks pretty good. Again, it's underperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum in the month of January significantly, but the structure looks good, right? We held this daily demand here. I posted this on Twitter. When we broke this here, we went up here, right? I basically posted, whoever did this, you are so funny, dude. This is fucking hilarious. I love it. I love that my neck has become a meme of its own. And I did say that at 50K Bitcoin, I'd do a neck reveal. So that's going to be pretty soon. But I did post this, right, back on February 3rd. So 5-6 days ago. Once we broke here, I said I want to buy a pullback into here. Maybe it dips a little bit below. Boom. That's essentially exactly what happened here, right? So breakthrough, pull back, retest, boom. That's exactly what happened. So I have no doubt in my mind that this goes up here. You know, nice little retest, nice little breakout. The question is it going to go up more than Ethereum, more than Bitcoin, right? Because I can make money on this, but if it's underperforming Bitcoin, LTC, BTC is bearish. It's underperforming Ethereum, LTC, ETH is bearish. Then I've cucked myself and I'm in the wrong trade, right? But looks pretty good. And again, if you remember me showing you this, like to me, this has, you know, the most room. Hasn't pumped like any of the, you know, other majors. Like you look at this, right? Even this is pumped much more than Litecoin recently. Like this thing went crazy, right? This thing went crazy. I wish I would have bought it down here when I was charting the fucking bottom. But this thing went crazy. LTC has yet to do that. So I'm really hoping to see LTC break out. My expectation is at least 185, which is above here. But then my higher time frame target is here at 225. So let's wait and see. But yeah, I'm long Litecoin like a mofo. Long like a mofo. Yeah, alts are popping, right? Bitcoin's pulling back, alts are popping a little bit, playing catch up. What happened to the head there? Okay. Do you think BTC will go under 40K again? I think I already answered that question. I don't want it to, but it could. I would like to see, you know, us hold in one of these two areas here, right? Or at least just go sideways, right? Form some sort of range. That would be the best situation for altcoins, right? Some sort of range and then continuation, right? If we just do this, right? Like if we just chad like this, altcoins are going to get dicked again, right? But if we can maybe go sideways a little bit, chill out for a little bit, altcoins can have a little bit of fun. Save us, Charlie Lee. Rise, chicken. Cuck and balls pattern. Cannot find any new to ape in. Oh, that's what the CV pattern is. You think BTC will go under 40K again? Ralph, one of my biggest pet peeves in these streams is when people just copy and paste the same question over and over again. I'm doing my best here, brother. I've answered your question like 3 times now. When neck? 50K Bitcoin, man. So we're really close. I'll do a neck reveal. I'll wear like a fucking low-cut shirt. You can see the girthy bastard in all its glory. Already done the TA for ETH. Yes, I have, Yasir. So if you just want to rewind a little bit, you can see all the TA I did for Ethereum. Litecoin's going for it right fucking now. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, Charlie. FLM. This is another coin that I saw a bunch of people talk about. I know Gainsey is trading this one. Crypto Gainsey. Gainsey has to be one of my favorite fucking accounts on the platform. He is so goddamn funny. It's unbelievable. Okay. So it looks pretty good. So I like this, right? Level from there. Future it, right? Boom. Now we have a level of here, right? That overlaps. So that's your demand on the daily. So as long as it's above there, I think dips are for buying. The only potentially bearish thing, and I say that very lightly, is this SFP here. But I don't think this sends it to zero. I think at the very worst, it comes back here. But, you know, again, everything is going up. This is in an uptrend. No reason to think that this thing just fucking turbo nukes. I think it's much more likely that if it comes back and retests here, that it gets bought up. So, looks pretty good to me. Maine, do you like Link? Thoughts on Link as a project? I have no idea what Link actually does. I do know that Link has been one of the very few coins that has just kind of consistently gone up versus Bitcoin for what seems like forever. So let's look here. I've traded Link. I've made money on Link, but it's a little bit of a laggard right now. I mean, Link has had a crazy run, right? Link has had a crazy fucking run. This is not even the best chart to show. You know, Link has had a crazy fucking run. Right? Fucking, you know, 1,500%. Crazy fucking run. Link Bitcoin, to me, the most impressive thing about this is this has been in an uptrend versus Bitcoin for a long ass fucking time. Right? But my one concern with Link, and I've talked about this on previous streams, is this kind of looks like a blow off the top, right? So this has been cycling different. All these altcoins now are starting to do this versus Bitcoin. Whereas Link, for the last 3 fucking years plus, has been in an uptrend against Bitcoin, and this kind of looks like a blow off the top for me. So I don't remember when I drew this, but I marked out this level. We're rejecting from it perfectly. So if you're a Link Marine, right? Link USD absolutely can go up. Could go to $30, right? But if this chart is looking like this and it's going to come back down here and take out this low, your money is better off in Bitcoin than in Link because this chart doesn't look that good. You know, could this be a massive higher low? Absolutely. But if I'm a Link Marine, you know, I want this low to fucking hold. I do not want to lose this area. If we lose this area, I think we'll get out of Link. There's going to be better performing assets. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Back above here, I think it looked good, and we'll start chatting again, and the USD pair will do well. But as long as this BTC pair looks like this, it's underperforming Bitcoin, and it has been for the last couple of weeks. And actually, it's been underperforming Bitcoin really since August, right? It's had a few up moments, right? But since August, if you look at the dollar pair, since August here, it's up, you know, 3x. What's Bitcoin up since August? You know, 6 or 7x, right? So it's underperforming, and that's in that BTC chart. I know Link, I assume, is it DeFi? I don't even fucking know, but yeah. If you do not have a lot of capital, do you feel like it's better to stick with BTC or ETH instead of various alt bags? I don't think the amount of money is the question. It's what is the level of skill, right? Do you have any idea what you're doing? Or are you just trying to buy shit, hoping that it, you know, goes up multiples? Because that's going to be kind of the key question and the point of differentiation, I think, for you, right? Because if you know what you're doing, or at least if you've studied and you've tried to learn to trade, you know, you can start building up a small account to more. Right? But if you're just saying, hey, I got a couple $1,000, I want to punt into something, I mean, the safe bet is Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? The more risky play is going to be altcoins. And if it's going to be altcoins, I would look at, DeFi coins. Those seem to be the new ICO craze. Yeah, skill level is going to matter, right? Because if you're skilled, you can build the account up. Yeah, I mean, don't invest more than you're willing to lose. Obviously, learn what you're doing. More upside on a coin like Alpha, let's say, but there's more downside as well. More risk that it can go to zero versus Bitcoin. Let's look here. Live action. I like this live action analysis, guys. So look what we're seeing here. I know it doesn't seem like much, but look at the reaction here. Okay, just tiny little bump here. Look at Ethereum. Tiny little drop. Look at Ethereum BTC. Remember this hourly area? Right? So what you're seeing is the correlation live. Bitcoin into support, Ethereum BTC into resistance, Ethereum USD underperformed Bitcoin, right, for that moment, right? So it's cool to watch live, right? Look at Litecoin, right? Litecoin, Bitcoin, putting in, right? This is resistance here. So this is in a resistance, Bitcoin in a support. This pumps, Litecoin USD pulls back, right? And this is what I do for Forex. I'll look at the dollar and then I'll look at Euro USD. And if the dollar is at support and Euro USD is at resistance, I know I've got a good short setup. Sorry. Okay. Any helpful indicators? So I use the indicator suite from InSilico. That's what you see here. So this is the adaptive Fisher. This colored candle system is called crayons. And this bottom one is called FVZO. So I'm working on a tutorial for this. It's in the works. I know it's been taking me for fucking ever. I've been busy. The market's going crazy. I've been more focused on trading than I have been on doing a tutorial video that I'm not getting paid for. I'm doing it completely for free because he's a homie. But yes, I am working on a tutorial video for this because essentially this indicator is really cool. Like this is a sell signal here, for example, right? This would be a sell signal. Whereas this, where can I find, what do I want to do here? Yeah, so like this would be, I want to find a good clean buy signal here. So this would be a buy signal here. Right, and what you have, and I'll be doing a tutorial on this, right? But you have this and this, you have this bottoming out, this bottoming out. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial explaining how all this shit works and what all the symbols mean. And if you zoom in, you probably got a little B in here to buy. Maybe not. But this is also works like RSI as well as this, right? So what you can have is like a divergence. So not only is it giving you a buy signal, right? But this might make a lower low, right? And this might make a higher low. So you can have a divergence, blah, blah, blah. So it's not something I use 100% of the time. It's something I use in Confluence for my price action. So instead of just longing, here because it gives me a blue candle, I might have my order block in, right? And then look for a buy signal into my level that I already marked based on price action and use that kind of confluence for, a more sure thing. But I'll be doing a video on that soon, I promise. Look at the reaction we're getting already. Right? Pinged it, boom. Look at FBTC, right? Rejecting a little bit. So ideal situation is this goes up and this also goes up. That's the dream scenario. That's the ultra bull scenario. Many people with 2017 bags want those alt pumped. How many people are still holding is the real question. This guy says not alt season, at least not like 2017 yet. What is your analysis on Bitcoin? I already did that at the start of the video. Just go back and watch it. This guy said he spent 80 Bitcoin on an ounce of weed and on some Molly. I still have PTSD. I mean, you have PTSD. At least I hope you had a good time. Oh my God. Blanco wants me to check out DOT. Sure. So, you know, this looked pretty good. I was looking for a long on this thing the other day. I'd posted this on Twitter. Like here. Here. Right, so I was watching this. This looked super good. Basically just a retest of this old high, and you can see we faked out of this little consolidation to the downside. We came right into this demand right here. You know, a little SR flip action right there. So this looks pretty good. I mean, the only worry is this is like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green candles in a row. So this thing probably has some sort of pullback here, but probably just back into here. I don't really know. You know, I don't like this price action is just a little goofy looking to me right now. I don't really have not really sure how I would get involved here. I would probably either wait for a pullback into like this, right? Or if this is just going to break out, which it looks like it very well might, right? Then you have your new demand zone here and buy into something like that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, again, I don't know what DOT does. I know it's got great fundamentals, polka dot, some bullshit. I don't know what these fucking squiggly lines are. But again, right, this is at all-time high on the BTC pair. It's bullish. It's, you know, in the process of reclaiming this level. Consolidation above here, I think, is bullish. So, DOT looks good, man. Wouldn't worry about DOT. Already done TA for blah, blah, blah. Yo, man, check out DOT. Did you have info on Alpha? I don't have any info on Alpha. I don't know what Alpha does or any of that shit. I bought it because my homies told me to, and I bought it because of this retest on this order block, and it's bouncing quite nicely. I think I posted this in my Discord. I have a free Discord. Link is in the description of my Twitter. It's completely free. And I posted this there, and it's up already, you know, 10, 15% just today off of when I posted it. So, yeah, still not alt season for their alts. Exactly, Elijah, right? Everyone's like, alt season soon. I was like, maybe you're just in the wrong fucking bags. You ever think of that? ETH is pumping. Let's fucking go. Ethereum and chill. This is it. This is it, guys. The Ethereum and chill effect. Everything's going up. Everyone's getting rich. HTML Kurt says smash the like button. Please do. I really appreciate the likes, guys. I need that dopamine. Bro, what is your FTX link? Bro. You want to trade on my link, dog? Here you go. At Sebastian. Boom. Thanks, homie. Europe waking up and FOMOing in. Exactly. The Europeans. Cred just got on his computer and started market buying. ETH going 1800. Am I that far behind? ETH is at 1815, bro. ETH new all-time high. I must have been behind. Scott Binnington said sell. Absolutely not. ETH new all-time high. I must be good luck. Wow, I'm way back on this thing. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. Jesus. The chat goes fast, man. Chat goes fast. Let's fucking go F. Hey, main, have you checked Octo? No, that is one that I'm seeing a lot of people post about. Let's see. Octo. Is this it? Excuse me. I'm getting tired here, guys. And I don't love like all the wicks. I find it hard to chart these, right? But on the daily, I mean, first of all, state the obvious, right? Uptrend. Don't need to be a rocket scientist. I would say that this is demand here. I guess I don't love like these charts with these crazy wicks because they make shit look ugly, and I have a little bit of OCD. But this looks good. I mean, it's holding this daily demand zone. I have no idea what this does. It's obviously a Uniswap coin, so I don't see why this can't, put another leg in here and go to like $100. I have a cool little tool. A cool little tool that I want to start using more. Is this it? No. No, no, no. No! No! I'm never gonna get that back. Wait, hold on. Yes. Yes. I'm such a loser. Okay, forecast. That's the one I want. Where is it? Here we go. Look at this. Octo to $100. Boom. So, I don't know. This is holding daily demand. I think it looks pretty good. F Mooning. BTC is a pump and dump group. Cover F, bro. The pump is here. Bro, what do you mean? I covered F already. What is there to talk about? Number go up. Make money, be rich, be happy. Look, I've been covering F live, man. Look at what it's doing at the level. I gave you guys this level live. We were trading down here at the start of the video. I gave you this weekly flip here. And look at us now. Look at us now. We're getting a nice little reaction here. So this looks pretty good to me. Again, if it flips this, then and goes to here, the USD pair will go to 2K. Just watch. If this flips here, goes to here, the USD pair goes to 2K. But there's not really much to talk about right now. It's just slightly breaking out here. Sushi. Sure. How's the Uniswap world treating you so far? The only thing I've bought is Snow. I can't even look it up on TradingView. I bought Snow and I'm making a little bit of money. I'm a boomer, man. The Uniswap thing, I don't fucking get it. I don't understand it really at all. Even just the art of accessing it and getting on there and interacting and using the MetaMask, it all seems sketchy to me. But I don't know. I know I'm missing out, but I don't really care. But I bought Snow. It seems to be doing pretty well. Sushi's got a little volume, a little bounce action here. So again, right, a lot of coins, like this is the thing. These DeFi coins, man, they just keep fucking going. Like you look at this thing, again, up huge. Daily demand here. So we wicked below, right? Obviously, as you can see, but we closed above. So to me, that's bullish. So even though we wicked below, the fact that we closed back above the box is good to me. I think that's bullish. You zoom in on the H4, right? You can see pretty clear, uptrend potentially forming here. This candle kind of confirming that. I bet you if I throw on crayons here and I go down to the 1 hour, 2 hour, 30 minute. None of them are giving me the B. I want the B. Looks pretty good, right? So this is kind of what I'm watching right here. And we're breaking through it right now. So this looks good. Like I think this is going to go, I'm pretty sure this goes like this, just knowing how these things work. But next test is going to be into this high here. Right? or sorry, excuse me, next test is going to be into this level here. Come on. Right here. Right? That's where we're going. And again, right, if you wanted to buy the dip on this thing, you don't need to buy here. Obviously, if you buy here, fucking sick. The only way you buy that wick, right, is if you're on the super low time frame and you're like seeing some sort of, maybe there's like a bear div here. Like I bet you if I throw on the RSI here, there's not even a bull div, but you know, if there would have been like a bull div, so this would have made a higher low while this made a lower low or whatever, maybe that's what you're doing to get in on that wick. Me personally, I'm not getting in on that wick, but when I see the daily close how it did, right, where once that daily closes like this, mark that daily open, right? I've talked about this on that video I did with Cred, right? We started trading below the daily open, mark the daily open out. Once we're back above it there, you start longing, right? You get in a long either right here, so there's your retest of the level. So on the daily, it just looks like a close above, right? But when you zoom into the H4 and the H1, you get a retest here, right? And just from here to here, right, buying, let's assume you just bought the daily close here, right? Daily closed above your zone, you buy the daily close into the FTAs, a 20% move, right? So it looks pretty fucking good. This looks good. I don't see why this wouldn't do, make a new high here. What exchange would you recommend for new guys to crypto? I mean, I would learn what you're doing before you get on any sort of exchange and start using leverage. I would just focus on buying spot. Prime XBT, the sponsor of this video, great exchange. Use the link in the description to sign up. FTX, Binance, those are kind of the main ones. Okay. I aped in a dot about 10 minutes before the breakout. Feels good, man. What a legend. Band, please. B-A-N-D. Again, right? Looks pretty good. So actually, this is like a little bit more interesting, right? Like look at sushi and all that shit. Look at this, right? This is in an uptrend. This is gonna make a new high probably tonight and continue to fucking moon tomorrow. Whereas this looks like a potential blow off the top here, right? So got to be more careful with a coin like this. But came into here, right? Wicked below, closed above, broke the consolidation here, right? So that looks good, but this is the key test here. So it's looking super strong right now, but this is resistance here. So I would be surprised if this pulls back, excuse me. That's your demand that you want to buy, right? If it does this, it will probably break up. Like if it does this, I think it will do something like this. It could just chad through from here. If it does this and breaks down from here, I think this thing's cooked, and that is a lower high, and then I think it will take out there. So a little bit more to watch on something like this one. Yes, Cuban Taco is his name. I think it's Cuban Tortilla. No, it's definitely Cuban Taco. Can you check out Phil USDT for the SR flip? Sure. I don't know which SR flip you're referring to, because I don't see one. I hate these fucking coins that do this. Yeah, there you go. This looks good, man, right? Like if it can break through here, right? If it can break through here and find support above here, I don't see why this doesn't go higher. So it looks pretty good. It's in a resistance now, like you said. This is the key, right? This is the level that caused the breakdown to this accumulation range. So flipping this is going to be super bullish. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop taking coin requests here, guys, because I'm never going to be able to go to bed. at this rate. We've already been going on for almost 2 hours. So I'm just going to read questions that people might have, and anything I can answer, I will answer. But I'm not going to do any more charts because I'll be up all fucking night. So I'm sorry. Check out my Discord, guys. I have a Discord. It's completely free. Come hang out. If you want to ask me questions in there, I'm more than happy to answer questions that you might have about coins, throw up some charts if I didn't get to it in this video. Okay. Everyone knows it's Cuban taco, Cuban burrito, Cuban Tostitos, Cuban empanada. You guys are funny. Thoughts on CRO, bro? You mean this? Don't buy this. This is like garbage. Unless it breaks above here, this looks like trash. Cardano's super fucking bullish. Right? Cardano's obviously flying. If you're in crypto and you're not following Gainsy, are you really in crypto? I agree. What kind of study material would you recommend? All of my old YouTube videos. Go watch all of my old YouTube videos multiple times. Pump up those views. Crypto Cred's got a great free price action study guide. That's awesome. I've got a ton of educational YouTube videos. Tons of people post, great stuff on Twitter. The Inner Circle Trader on YouTube. I learned a lot from him. Tom Dante, Trader SZ. Those are all people I would check out. Was going along Bitcoin at 39,500 but fell asleep. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I made a lot of mistakes trading in the last little bit here. I was super fucking long on Litecoin, and I held it all the way into like monster drawdown over the weekend, and I was super stressed out. I wasn't stopped, right? But I was in such a big position, right? So I wasn't stopped out, but my position size was huge, and when your position size is huge, it becomes very difficult to not trade your P&L. It's way easier to be like, hey man, trade your chart, don't trade your P&L. If you're not stopped, you're not stopped. But if your fucking stop is, $50,000 or $60,000, I don't fucking care. It's really hard to not trade your P&L. So, still something that, there's always stuff to learn, and it's very difficult. I do think that it's easy to say, just trade your P&L. It's a lot harder to do when that, you can be down, tens of thousands of dollars, or up tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, even though you're not at your target yet. You want to take profit. So it's difficult as you size up, especially when the numbers start becoming crazy. Like, I'm of the mindset, if you're up on a trade and that's like life-changing money, right? Take some off the fucking table. Who cares? Okay. Bro, I cannot find your old educational videos on OB. Go look up videos from April of 2018 and let me know what you think. What you find. Hi Maine, what's up Democryptus? How you doing, homie? Great time for your stream. Good morning from Europe. Thanks Steven for tuning in. Already checked Phil. Marty along, why I was curious, price actually so fucking wonky up here. Appreciate it, brother. Hype for the neck reveal. Yes sir. In silico indicators worth it for a small capital account? I would say no. They're quite expensive, like it's a few $1,000s. And they're quite advanced. I wouldn't invest in them until you kind of have a good grasp on what you're doing already. They're not necessary by any means, but they are nice to have. What's my target for Alpha? $10. The low of the week already in. Fuck, possibly. I don't know. I'm going to say, well, yeah, right? The Elon candle was yesterday. Yeah, so the low of the week is absolutely in. Is this not the low of the week like way back here? Right? Where's the start of the week? Yeah, the low of the week is in for sure. I can say that pretty confidently. Did you close GERT for some reason? I closed GERT because I'm stupid. I was long this thing at fucking 50 cents like 4 different times, and I kept getting chopped up, right? So it was just kind of like fatigue, I guess. I don't know. A bunch of other coins, right? At this time, all the other DeFi coins looked like this, and Gert was doing this. So I just basically I longed it, closed it, longed it, closed it, longed it, closed it, longed it, went up to 80 cents, closed it, because I was just finally happy that I'd made some money, and now, looks like it's finally just breakout. So this still looks good to me. Yo, what's up, Jordy from Oz? How you doing, man? I can't do any more I gotta go to bed, guys. It's 1:15 in the morning. I gotta just kind of check my positions, make sure my stops are in place, and I want to crash. I got a big day tomorrow. But again, if you guys want to come join my Discord, please do. You can ask me questions directly there. And maybe what I'll try and do, because this is a different crowd, right? Normally I do these videos at 3 p.m. PST, which is about, I think, 11 p.m. in London. So maybe what I'll start to do is do these videos, do one video a week later at night, so the EU crowd can get some action. All right. How many different time frames do you check before you decide to trade? How many is enough for you? I'm a higher time frame trader. Usually I look at the weekly, the daily, the H4, and then I'm executing on the H4, the H1. Or just get an indicator that shows you the daily, the weekly, and the monthly open. Yeah, you can do that. That's super easy. I use this one here. Just press it, pops up for you. It's free. Just got here. I'll have to rewatch. Thanks, Akru. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Ram. Nice to meet you from Auckland. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. Good night. What do you think of scalping low time frames? I mean, if you know what you're doing, price is fractal. So in theory, it's the exact same as trading the high time frame, just low time frame shit. Look at that. Look at this shit. Look at what is happening here, and look at what's happening in the USD pair, right? So this is very cool to see happen live, right? All right. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off here. It's been 2 hours, a banger. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for Prime for sponsoring this video. I'll be back. It's only Monday, so I'll be back this week with another video of sorts. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll be back to talk to you guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be jazzing up the YouTube. I'm going to be, making a more studio type of atmosphere in here. I'm going to be coming out with some educational videos. I'm going to get some cooler shit going on my streams. Like you can have little, backgrounds and transitions and shit. I'm going to spice it up. I've just been busy trading. So I haven't really had the time to do that yet, but I will. It's in the books. It's in the works, excuse me. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back later this week. You can always hit me up on Twitter if you have any questions. I'm pretty responsive on there. Likes, retweets on the videos, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll talk to you soon.